In today's Anime Rangers X video, I will be giving you guys the best ways to get gems, rerolls, gold, megapunks, and soul fragments, and the best, well, probably one of the best swarm event kills after the Sungdream Rune nerf, all in one video. It's like a one-stop shop guide. I'll be telling you beginners guides, like, you know, if you're a beginner, this is what stuff you can do mid-game and also end-game. So yeah, it's a video for everyone, and it's a guide for everyone, since, you know, Anime Rangers, it just keeps going up in players. There's a lot more new players. I mean, you know, I'm doing another guide. So subscribe to the channel, because I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers. So please, if it's the one thing you do on this video, do the thing and subscribe, okay? But stop yapping, alright? And let's just get into the guide. Okay, so how this is going to work for the entire video, I'm going to give you 2 ways, or a decent amount of ways, for a new beginner player, because there's so many new players. And then maybe when you're better at the game, or you're already good at the game, I'll give you the end game methods, which will obviously give you a lot more. Because in this game, like the end game methods will always give more, and they give a lot, and it's a lot more convenient. So it's the game, when it comes to farming in this game, yeah, it's very convenient, and you'll understand why when I show you the methods. But first, we'll go over gems. So gems, I'll give you 2 beginner ways, and it's the ways that I did on my new to pro. So pretty much what you want to focus on is doing story and completing story. And let's say you're struggling at a story, like I'm struggling at Green Planet or whatever. I'm going to go to the story before that, go on chapter 10 and Nightmares. Do the best story you can on chapter 10 Nightmare, and that will give you gems and levels. And I won't give you loads of gems, but it'll give you XP and levels and a bit of gems. And most of the gems you'll get from is level milestones. So you get a bunch of levels, you'll claim your level milestones, and then when you get decent enough, you can summon the banner and go for pity of like a good mythic unit that's high on the Discord tier list or whatever. So you could go for Fingernail Saint, who's on banner right now. You could go for Yurichi. You could go for a bunch of different mythics. So you get the point. You go for the good mythics once you get pity from level milestones and Nightmare story. So if you're a beginner player, that's what I recommend you do for gems. But if you're an endgame player, realistically, you're not even going to be worried about gems, because there's so many different things that give you gems. Actually, before I mention the endgame things, I forgot to also mention challenges. So if you're a new player, hopefully you didn't skip to the next section already. But challenges also do give a good amount of gems. It doesn't show. It gives like extra stuff and gems. I think it gives more than the story method, but it's also more difficult. But I mean, yeah, challenges as well. But if you are a endgame player, there's going to be 2 ways I recommend you grind for gems. I think Swarm Event might give some gems. So if so, do Swarm Event. I really don't know, you know, because I have too many gems, so I don't really pay attention. But dungeons will give you so many gems. Do I have any chests right now? Just to show you a good example. Yes, I have 1 plat chest, open 1 plat chest, by the way, open, and 1.9k gems. So imagine I had a lot more, you know, chests, I'd get a lot more gems. But you get the point. Like, even the lower tier chests, you'll get like 200 of these from like a decent amount of floors, and that's loads of chests. That's 200 times. Like, you trust me, you get loads of gems from chests and dungeons. And when you're endgame, you wouldn't even worry about gems, I'll be honest. When you're endgame, like, gems, they'll just come to you. But yeah, dungeons will give you a lot of gems. And technically, you could still do challenges. But realistically, if you just play the game and you're in endgame, you'll just get gems from playing. Like, you shouldn't really, I don't know, you shouldn't really be struggling with gems if you're at endgame anyways. But yeah, I'd say dungeons and maybe some event if it gives gems, I'm not even sure. But dungeon will give you gems, megapunks, stat keys, food, everything. It won't just give you only one, it'll give you all of it. So it's amazing. Stat keys, gems, gold, perfect stat queue, rerolls, food. It'll give you it all. So dungeons is a very good universal farm other than Swarm Event, and will give you gems. Yeah, maybe this Infinite might give you gems, I don't know. I wouldn't be too worried about that though. But yeah, let's move on to rerolls, because that's a little bit more interesting. So let's go on to that. Now, I'll first go over beginner methods, because if you're an in-game player, you already know what is probably going to be the best reroll farm. But I'm still going to give you from beginner, mid-game, end-game reroll methods. So let me do that. Okay, so if you're a beginner player, I can't lie, you're not going to be getting loads of rerolls, but there still are ways. So, like I mentioned earlier for gems, if you watch the gem section, farm Nightmare Story, get your levels, because it'll give you rerolls, gems, and gold, and megapunks, and everything. And it'll help you get started off. So, you know, get your level milestones done. And then potentially, if you can, maybe you can't do Hell Dungeon, but maybe try easy and normal, because that might give you a decent amount of riddles. But when you're endgame, you don't really do those. But yeah, that's pretty much it for beginner. Let's say your mid-game, a decent one would be Raise, because Raise can give you 30% at 1 to 2 rerolls. So it's not bad. It's not perfect either, to be honest. But This is like some chance of getting rerolls, I guess. But when you're at mid game, you should be pushing for better units. I mean, and then also codes will give you traits. And if you're mid game, you can for sure do a bit of dungeon hell, maybe a bit of easier normal, farm up P rerolls, and just get good enough to get those meta units. So you can start clearing hell dungeon a lot higher. So you can start clearing a swarm event, which is the best end game reroll method. Like, it is the best one by far, for sure. Like, no doubt. Like, that's how, when everyone asks me, yo Rexon, how do you have so many rerolls? What do I say? Swarm event. I can literally farm 100k rerolls. Like, I haven't farmed that many rerolls, and I have 34k. I could farm more. I could probably push 100k. So I'm probably gonna start farming a lot of rerolls actually, because I want to do swarm event and get, what's it called? Like, I want to get a bunch of double trait sovereigns. So probably start farming some event a lot more. And you're probably wondering, Rexon, okay, so what's a good swarm event team? Now, this is the team I was using, and it's getting me consistent under 1 minute, but they nerfed Seungju Woo, so I'll try to figure out a team real quick, and I'll see if I can come up with anything that's good. Okay, so I get 58-second clear times after Seungju Woo nerf using this team. Now, shout out to the X Discord. Let me see who actually posted this. It was, let me see, Shinzo Plays. So, yeah, I can't lie. I've seen all my videos. If you watch the RX videos, I always say, yo, when I need a strategy, I get it from the RX Discord, and I do. They have a Teams loadout channel in the official Anime Rangers X Discord. If you go to the game page, you scroll down, you see the Discord. Go to the team loadout, suggestion, extras channel, whatever. It's very helpful. Like, I always get a lot of strats from there, because it's like, you know, generous people like to put out their strategies. But yeah, I showed you the cuts and the gear, but this is the best team for Swarm event. So if you're curious, I mean, it has no range units, which is cool, but Primal Fusion is a unit that is, you know, limited. But if you're looking for other teams, YouTube will be your best friend. But teams loadout in the X Discord, that will help you out a lot. If I could think of a Gogeta replacement, let me have a look at the Discord real quick and tier list, so I can just see all the units. I can't lie, you could run Golden Wind, aka Journal, but it's not gonna be doing the same as Gogeta. But because Gogeta is quite limited and high value, I could understand where they're having. But there's other strats, so I just recommend you check them out in the Rex Discord. But yeah, we'll do this one more time. It's not going to be as OP though, this, as it was before. Because before, you'd get better and even faster clear times, but they nerfed Seungju a little bit. I think they said they're going to buff him back up again though. But yeah, I'll show the souls and the gear that I'm using. And also alternate souls and gear that you could use. Not really alternate gear, but I guess because I use 2 souls of fire, but you can actually just use 1. You just need to do something, I guess. And I can also show you an alternate to the agony, the soul of agony, whatever you call it. But yeah, just look at Seungju Woo. Just like, he'll do like a lot of HP. I mean, he'll do a lot of damage in one go, I think. Yep. Yeah, that was his ability damage. It just absolutely shredding him, I think. Yeah, Seungju Woo. Let me see stats that are okay. But there you go. 1 minute consistent. Sometimes you get under 1 minute. But yeah, it's very consistent clears. As you can see there, I did 3 clears, and it's all pretty good times. So yeah, let me just show you the gear and stuff like that. Okay, so I'll show you the stuff I used for the Swarm event. So if you go to Gogeta, I have him all O+ stats because you get a lot of stat boosters. And then this is the gear set with the Soul of Fire. You can use Thundering Fury if you don't have the Soul of Fire, but Soul of Fire will always be the better option, okay? Then on Skeletonite, we are using this. I don't know why we're using Soul of Greed because I just copied the strat, but we are using it, I guess. I'm actually not 100% sure why. I don't know if it's just for the drop rate or specifically because of like attack cooldown, but it's not going to be a main DPS, something like that. Anyways, he's used for his passive. Okay, then we got Shenron. Shenron, use Soul of Fire. You can use Thundering Fury, but Soul of Fire will be better. And then use all this gear. Okay, and then for Griffith, Capitalist is going to be better than Duplicate because thingy. I used to have Duplicate, I rolled it off because let's say you get killed with Griffith, like Griffith is on the field and gets cooked. You'll have 2 and then it'll go to 0. But with Capitalist, you'll have like more than 2. And then let's say a couple get cooked, you still have a couple on the field. So you'll always have Griffith on the field when you're using Capitalist. So yeah, use Capitalist and then use Domain of Love Soul. Okay, that is the best one for Griffith. You can just run nothing if you don't. There's not a replacement. Use Domain of Love Soul, or you have Domain of Love, or you just don't use it. This is the gear. And then Lullaby, Capitalist, a Soul of Infinite Riches. Now, there is a... you have to use Soul of Riches, or you just use no Soul. Soul of Riches, don't use anything. Use the gear. You can use another... Flippers is better than the Bunny Boots, but I don't have another Flippers, so I'm using the Bunny Boots. And then Seungju Woo, You want to see his Soul of Pure Agony. The gear is not really replaceable, but this is definitely the best one. But you can, if you don't have Soul of Pure Agony, you can use the Soul of Chances, because that helps ability damage. But Soul of Pure Agony is a lot better. And that's the gear. That's the team for the Swarm event clears. Getting consistent 1 minute clears. Sometimes you get under at like 58, whatever. And this is after Sungju nerf. Apparently they're going to buff him back up a little bit again, so that's also kind of cool. But I stop glazing, stop yapping, and we'll move on to the next parts of the video. Okay, so the next thing I want to get out of the way is going to be Megapunks and Soul Fragments. So if you're a noob and you need Megapunks, level mounts once again are going to be your best friend. Now, like, it just is. Like, that's the only way realistically you could get as a new player. You can also do challenges, but it's going to be like a 1% drop sometimes when it's on the challenge, so it's not really worth it. You realistically focus more on Megapunks at endgame, or you could get them from codes, claiming your battle pass, and things like that when you're a new player. So just don't waste your Megapunks when you're a new player. Only use it on your range units or your best units you're going to be using for a while, is what I recommend. And then if you're endgame, Swarm event will give you loads and loads of Megapunks. As you can see, 5% just as a drop. Dungeon chest will give you loads of Megapunks. And if you're a mid-game player, you can buy Megapunks with gold every time the merchant resets. It's what I used to do quite a lot back in the days, actually, because it's actually quite useful. And then for gold, the best, I mean, you get a lot of gold if you're like an endgame player from a dungeon chest. A Swarm event, yeah, it'll give you a lot of gold as well. But if you're like an early on player, the best way to get gold is probably going to be to go to Ranger Stage, go to Gold City, Act 5, Act 5, and just farm the stage. It will give you, actually, no, not Act 5, I'm on about Story, my bad. Story, Act 10, Nightmare on Gold City and why. Gold City has a very small map, which I'll show you, and it'll give you a guaranteed portal. And you can either sell these portals for gold, or complete the portals for gold and get battle pass XP. So it's kind of up to you. And this is kind of what I did on my new to pro. I found it on the AirX guide or something, and it's definitely the best thing. So you can either sell a portal for gold, or you can play the stage, get battle pass XP and whatever, and you can also potentially get Eto. So yeah, do this. Nightmare, Gold City Chapter 10, you'll get gold, you get levels, you get everything. So it's decent for new players. Very good for new players, actually, because then you also get Eto, who's going to get a rework soon as well throughout this week. So yeah, everything hints to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? And last but not least is going to be Soul Fragments. So when you're a new player, how do you get Soul Fragments? I would say the only realistic ways is you redeem the codes. Okay, you're gonna have to redeem the codes, and I hope you get Soul Frags. If you're a mid-game player, there is actually 2 ways you can get Soul Fragments. Actually, is there 2? I know there's 1. Okay, there's a couple. So Rifts can actually give you some Soul Fragments, I think. No, I lied, my bad. Boss Rush can give you some Soul Frags if you're a mid-game player, and maybe you need the Soul Fragments to do certain strategies. You can get Soul Frags from Merchant, but they're very expensive, so it's up to you. But the mid-game I'm thinking of is gonna be to go to the Ranger Stage. I think it's the Ranger Stage. You go over here, Ruin Future City. You get these Saiyan portals, and then those Saiyan portals have a chance of dropping. I don't have any because I used all of them, but they have a chance of dropping Soul Fragments. But the best way by far, for sure, no doubt in my mind, is going to be Swarm event. I surely showed you the best or a very good Swarm event team earlier on this video. But yeah, you can use that team and you'll get a lot of thingies from the capsules. So if you're wondering, you open the capsules up and you get Soul Fragments. You could guarantee buy them as well, but they're very expensive. And I have a code that will actually help me open up some fragments. Radis Bear is kind of a crazy code, but I guess Radno won it from beating Raito Dev in a, I don't know, Brawlhalla or something? I don't know, I was watching. Yes, you get Curse Fingers. Oh wait, I didn't get any Soul Frags then because it's kind of rare. But we just open the capsules because you need Boros and all them people anyways. But yeah, Soul Frags endgame methods obviously going to be some event, but you could do those portals if you're mid game and you're desperate for like Soul Frags, I guess. And also the Battle Pass should drop Soul Frags, I think. I'm saying I think a lot because yeah, look, you can get some Soul Frags here and here and anywhere else. A little bit more and a little bit more. So there, that's Soul Frag. So that's how you get everything. Realistically, what you want to do, just try get good enough. If you're a new player and you made it all the way to the end, I'll give you some bonus advice. Okay, start the game, go for Eto, go for some meta units, and just push to slowly build towards each unit you need for a Swarm event meta team. So potentially this one, or the problem with this one is you need to go GS. So maybe find a different team if you're very new to the game that you can push to get all the units you're finding for some event team. Get that some event team, and then once you have it, just farm some event 24/7. That's the strat. Okay, that's the strat. But yeah, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers, so please do me a favor and subscribe. I'm on like 91.4k, so thank you guys so much for the support. The grind don't stop. I'm uploading daily, if not almost daily. And if I'm not uploading, it means I'm working on a very, very good video, hopefully. But yeah, subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.